I couldn't see it, but I could sense it. And myself and my dog were setting the trap. Something bumped into the boat. My dog started row, 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 barking at the water. Obviously a crocodile. She was alarming me to the danger. And I was really scared. Anyway, we set the trap. I got back into the boat. Away we went. And a few days went past. He started hitting lead-in baits, which is the first sign I'm going to catch a croc. And then sure enough, one morning, I wake up, headed up to the trap site, and the trap was completely submerged underwater. And so I'm scratching my head. I wonder what's going on here. The trap's gone off. Something's taken the bait. Next minute, psh, this spout come out of the water. And the nostrils of air from a crocodile. I've gone, you beauty, I've got a crocodile. It's under the water, so I park my boat over the top thinking, what am I going to do? Next minute, bang, straight under the boat. He's headbutted the boat. And I've gone, crikey, I've got no idea of knowing how big it is. I've gained a bit of net and hooked it into the bow of the boat. Bang! He's headbutted the boat again. God, oh, crikey. So I've gained a bit more net, and it's just like this whirlpool of crocodile, very, very excited and aggravated. As he's carrying on and getting really aggressive, I'm hauling that in and hooking it in and hooking it in and hooking it in until here's the tail of the crocodile up over the bow of the boat. I'm thinking, you beauty, I'm gaining ground on him. So I've taken one more hook and hooked it in. Now his whole tail is over the bow of the boat. About a 12-foot croc. Next thing, he's pivoted off his tail and he's just gone, whoa, straight out of the water, mouth open, straight in the boat. Bang. Me and my dog, whoo, we're out. Jumped straight out of the boat into the water, and now he's in the well of the boat. And we're panicking. Chili's gone for the bank. She's gone up into the mud. I don't want anything to do with this. I've had to panic a little bit and get my act together. I grabbed mangrove branches and bags, cut the ropes off, tied them all around the boat, and he's thrashing around trying to cave the inside of my boat in. I finally had enough stuff over the top of him that I thought I had him secured. Blindfold's the trick, but I couldn't get near his head. He would have taken my arms off. And then I've had to jump in the boat with him, and he's growling at me, mouth open. I'm throwing things on him, you know, trying to keep his eyes covered. As soon as I fired up the boat, that really hurt his feelings. He just got bang, and I could feel the boat starting to split. And oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And as I'm going along, he fought so ferociously that I thought he was just going to split the boat like a tin can. So I just rammed it straight up onto a mud bank into the mangroves, and he settled down again, and I pulled the boat off and then took off. When I got back to camp, I'm on my own. Here's 200 or 300, well, it would have been about 300 kilos of crocodile in the boat. One bloke, I can't shift it. So I hooked it up to me four-wheel drive and just skull dragged the boat out of the water up to my camp, and then I used the bull bar of my truck. I tipped the boat over and tipped the crocodile out onto the ground. Okay, what I've got to endeavour to do here is got to get a top rope on, try to get out of this bag. But she's a bit aggressive. I don't know why. It was a big event trying to get around him on my own to manipulate him to get him into a box. My little dog was running around and nipping him on the tail, so he'd spin around and try and kill her, and oh crikey, what an event. Sorry Dad, but I'm going to put a few more knots on it. Secured. I finally got him up inside a box, but he was so powerful he's just gone bang and headbutted the front of the box and gone straight through it.
So much for your box, Dad. It's gone straight through the flaming box and into the other.
You know, it was all about teamwork. I guess my dad and I had worked together so long and had such a bond with each other that the impossible was just a walk in the park. Everything was achievable. And together, we still love Agro.
And to this day, Agro, he's really quite aggressive towards me. We spent a lot of time together with that capture and he's never forgiven me.
To this day, Agro just hates me. And it's all about territory. He just wants me completely away from where he wants to live. He's got a few beautiful girls and he'll defend what is his with great aggression and violence. And it doesn't matter what I'm doing in his territory, he considers it as his job to kill me or whatever's in my hands. And he's claimed a couple of lawnmowers, some brush cutters, a whippersnipper. You name it, he's virtually grabbed it, which is great. I mean, he's grabbed and killed the machinery rather than me. Which, well, machinery's easily replaced. Arms, legs and lives aren't. You can't blame him. I love Agro. I mean, he is the most beautiful, boisterous, naughty male crocodile I've ever come across. And I won't want to make a mistake around him. So I understand the rules. And they're his rules.
There was one time when I was trying to catch this particular crocodile who I caught after 2 years. His name was Akko, 16 feet in length. I went out into the river just this one particular night, scanned the river system, bang, eye shine. Picked up this eye shine, went over towards it. It was just myself and my dog in the still of the night. And as I went over, I thought, wow, that's a big croc. And I got right up on top of it, and it was about 10 feet in length. And I thought, heck, this is one of the girls. I better see if I can get a net around her and catch her. So what I did was I went into the mangroves, because she was just sitting underneath the mangroves on a rising tide. And of course the tides flow really quickly. So I've gone into the mangroves, attached a big net, and then I've reversed the boat back out into the river and allowed myself to drift with the tide around the crocodile. I thought, you beauty. She's submerged, but she should be inside the net. And then I picked up the spotlight and looked out into the net, and sure enough, the net got a V in it, so there was obviously a croc in it. So I fired up the boat, which must have scared the croc, and then the net went completely V. And as I got up, caught up to the net was together and going against the current upstream. I'm thinking, heck, this is a bigger crocodile than I thought. And then where I'd attached it to the mangroves, that broke off, and now the net is going right upstream together and quickly. So I've jammed it in forward and I've caught up to the net, and in a panic moment I've grabbed the net, tied it around the bow of the boat, hooked it up, and I thought, yeah, got you now. Wrong. The bow of the boat dug under the water. I've gone, crikey. So I've jumped back and I've hit it in reverse, which meant the boat went further under the water and it's still towing me upstream. What had happened is the big male crocodile, which is around 16 feet, was sitting right near his girl, defending her. He's gone into the net, and I didn't know this. And the front of me boat's going under, so I jammed it in forward and tried to get in front of the net. Luckily enough, in one almighty burst, there's all this thrashing around, and bang, it's just snapped through the net, and all the nets just drifted back on top of me, and I was really relieved. I sat back in the boat. Whew, thank goodness for that, because if I had have tangled that crocodile up in that net and he couldn't get away, one of us would have been in a lot of trouble, and it probably wasn't the crocodile. I finally caught Akko, and I've got mixed emotions about it. Many people tried to kill that crocodile. He's between 15, he was around about 15 feet when I caught him. He's about 16 feet now. He's a big black crocodile, and he was the legend